Are you a female who has thought about a career in the world of aviation? If so, today we are going to bring you an amazing showcase on the world of aviation for girls on this edition of Gen Y. On today's show, the sky is no limit for these girls, and imagine a high school where you decide what you are going to study. Also, an award-winning video by Elgin Park students.
Nikki, right on time.
See all this and more right now on Generation Y. Hello, and welcome to Gen Y, a show for youth and by youth. I'm Ben, and today we will be bringing you a series of stories highlighting topics of interest to us teens. Our first story is on an amazing event where girls learn that the sky is no limit.
Today at Abbotsford Airport, the sky and ground were filled with activity, as girls of all ages learned everything aviation.
This event is a great event. We had it at the Langley Airport last year. I enjoy it lots. It's really nice to see a bunch of little girls interested in flying.
It's so interesting. There's so many things to learn about. Like, there's planes that they have and helicopters and stuff. And yeah, it's a great event.
It was indeed my childhood dream to become an astronaut.
The event had a very special guest, NASA's own Wendy Lawrence. She feels events like this are essential to the aviation industry.
I never had an opportunity to fly in a helicopter until I went through flight training in the Navy. I just think it's really important to show not just young girls, but young kids in general what their opportunities are. There's no reason why they can't become a pilot or a mechanic or an engineer that designs the next generation of aircraft. All of this is available to them. And an event like this very clearly shows them that they can be a part of the world of aviation.
I will be 29 this year, and I've been a pilot at HeliJet for about 4 years. I'm here to, I guess, just raise the awareness that it's a job that everybody can do, and I'd like to see one day that this is a normal thing, that we don't have to have events for this. I didn't grow up thinking that I was going to be a pilot. It wasn't until I saw somebody in this role, and it occurred to me, oh, that could be interesting.
Less than 5% of pilots, aircraft engineers, and technical positions are held by women in Canada. This event hopes to change that.
I think for many different fields, young girls look around and say, I don't see anybody who looks like me doing that. And it's not just young girls. I think it's any young kid. If they don't see somebody who looks like them doing that, then it just sets this bit in their mind that, oh, people like me don't go do things like that.
It never even occurred to me that it was a career that I could do, because you see generally a 40-plus-year-old male with white hair they just look natural in the role because that's what we expect to see.
You work with the majority of men, but I mean, girls were riveting way back in the war when the men went off to war. Rosie the Riveter, that's one of our well-known examples. And yeah, it's mostly men, but there's more and more women in it every day.
Don't let boys stop you. You can do anything, you know?
Today wasn't just about learning, it was also a lot of fun as girls line up for the free helicopter rides.
You're gonna hop in here, see?
Going on a helicopter for the first time can be very exciting, as a proud mom and dad looked on.
It was really fun.
Yeah, were you scared?
At first, but no, not at the end.
Were you scared?
No.
No, it was cool?
Yeah.
Does this make you want to be a pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
By being a pilot would be really cool.
Do you want to be a pilot too?
Yeah.
Yeah? You can fly around everywhere?
Yeah.
I couldn't just watch. I had to get in the helicopter ride too.
today is very powerful. For these young girls, they're going to look around and see a lot of women who look just like them, who are doing these really cool things. And that young girl's going to then think, I think I can go do that too.
I've noticed as well, I tend to get the age question more than gender, which I like to see, especially in the industry. I think it is turning around.
Being in this industry does not mean giving up being a girl.
Well, they laughed at me in school, and I have them 8 years later.
So today I've learned it's time for girls to take over the aviation world. We want to thank everyone for this amazing event. This is Cassidy signing off for Gen Y.
That was so cool. I can't believe Cassidy got to go up in the helicopter too. Now we will meet Taylor Patrick, a young golfer who sees the better side of par. Par, bogey, birdie. Yes, you guessed it. We are getting ready to tee off with Taylor Patrick at Morgan Creek Golf Course.
Golf was in my family. My dad is a retired golf pro, so it's always been in my family. All my brothers and sisters golf, and it was passed down to me, and I love it. I enjoyed it from the moment I started playing it.
Taylor's love for golf started young when he had to make a decision choosing between his bottle or golf club.
I've been golfing since the age of 1 or 2 years old, where I've been holding a club. I have a picture of me holding a club when I was a year old, but I've been playing seriously competitive golf since about 6 or 7 years old. I've played in over 100 tournaments, I'd say, 100 to 200 tournaments.
For Taylor, the game of golf causes him many different emotions.
Golf, I'd say, is very relaxing, calming, but also very stressful and irritating sometimes. I think I enjoy that it's just you out there and you're fighting yourself. You can't rely on anyone else. And what the decisions you make, sometimes they haunt you, but you have to live with it.
Taylor's achievements in the world of golf are already many.
I've won a couple Order of Merits 2 years in a row now for MJT National and Provincial, and I've won my club championship in Order of Merit at Morgan Creek for the last 5 years. I hope to get a golf scholarship to university down south and hopefully one day play on the PGA Tour.
Taylor successfully manages the many hours spent on golf with a heavy course load.
During school months, it's very hard sometimes, especially in the winter, because I balance my classes so it's much more difficult in the winter compared to the spring and summer months. I stay up late a lot, and my weekends I use them very productively for homework. When I play 18 holes, it's about average of 4.5 to 5 hours rounds. It's a lot of time devoted and put into my game.
Taylor gives his insight about his passion for the sport.
The first time you hit that amazing shot, it's a feeling like no other kind of thing. It just makes you want to go back out there and do it again, over and over and over again. And once you do it again, it makes you want to do it 10 times more. So it's just never ending.
With the warm weather approaching, it may be time to work on your golf game. Thanks to Taylor for showing us Morgan Creek Golf, and you can visit their website at morgancreekgolf.com to book your tee time. This is Ben, signing out for Gen Y. Thank you, Taylor, and we just want to say, good luck on your career. And after the break, time is ticking for a group of Surrey students who are getting ready for the post-secondary world. Also after the break, a group of Surrey students thinking about life after high school. And for our On the Road segment, we bring you a video from Elgin Park students. Gen Y will be right back.
We are kids. Wish kids.
10,000 kids.
We are brave.
We are strong.
We are fighters. Some days are good. Some days are bad. Some of us make it.
Some of us don't.
My wish will make me strong.
The Children's Wish Foundation of Canada.
Does a wish make a difference?
You bet. You bet.
Imagine the difference a wish can make.
Only 2 more needles till my wish.
Please give today.
I think the Sea to Sky Trail is very unique in the fact that people with different disabilities, different levels of disabilities, maybe not even disabilities, maybe someone with a stroller or someone who just has a hard time walking. Just having a trail of this extent, going through the wilderness the way that it does, we never get to see that anywhere, and we never get to use something like that anywhere. You don't have to be disabled, but just to be out with your friends, your family, it's so important and it's so rewarding.
Welcome back to Gen Y. For some, the future may be daunting, and that's why this year's BC Student Voice Conference focused on the transition from high school to post-secondary life.
The energy is buzzing at this Surrey High School as students gather to share their voice on the BC education system.
Student Voice is almost like a body of students coming together and trying to change how we learn education system, because it's ever evolving, right, with technology and life changes.
Today, we just want to get a clear voice. What do Surrey students feel about their education, and what kind of changes do they want? That's really what we want to get out of today.
The day is led by a group of Elgin Park students and is filled with activities aimed at collecting students' thoughts around the topic of life after high school.
The theme today is definitely about student empowerment, student leadership, specifically about making a change and striving for the future, talking about what we want to do in our future life, how we can change it, and what we can do to make the school system better for our transition into our future life.
Life after high school is more stressful and complex than ever before, and that is why this topic is so important.
A lot of students that I'm hearing today are a little bit scared about what is the future going to look like. Are they prepared enough for the real world? Because they just don't know. They've not experienced it. It's a different world than what their teachers and maybe parents have described. In some ways, it's more of a complex world, and I think students are feeling a little anxious about that.
I'm here with Sonia and Simran, and why are you guys here today?
We're here to talk about the issues of high school students transitioning to college and university.
So we brought problems that students in our school are possibly facing so that we can talk about them and it can go to the Ministry of Education so they can come up with a solution.
Why do you guys think this is important?
Because many students are going through the same possible problems and they're trying to overcome many challenges that they may be facing. And when a bunch of high school students get together, they indeed can make a difference and they can accomplish anything they would like to.
It shows us that a lot of students are going through the same thing and that we shouldn't be scared of the future.
BC administrators recognized that students needed to have a voice in their education.
I think the conferences are so important because students need an opportunity to influence their education. And through a venue like this, they actually get a chance to speak freely with some focus at the same time, and that information is taken to the Ministry of Education and ultimately has a voice in policy change.
I think it's a good idea because it gets the ideas out and the students actually get to make a difference in the province and speak what they think, and not all students get to speak up, and this gives them a reason and gives them an opportunity to speak up.
Besides sharing their views and meeting new people, networking is another reason why students would get involved.
I guess what we really hope at the end of today is that the students that come from different schools, they feel that they've had a chance to share their voice in terms of initiatives happening within their own educational system, and that they actually can influence policy. And aside from that, that they feel they have a voice of their own personal voice.
High school students seem to experience the same fears and concerns moving on into the future. This conference helps them minimize and reduce some of those concerns, and that's a great thing for them. This is Connor, signing off for Gen Y.
I think it's really cool that the BC school administrators are wanting to listen to the opinions of the students, since we are the ones on the front line. Now, can you imagine directing your own high school education? Well, we found a school in Maple Ridge called Thomas Haney Secondary School that does just that.
The people who created this school 20-odd years ago looked and thought about a way that education could be different. and they challenged and thought about it and came up with a building that fell to the way research was at that time, which spoke of a self-paced model. We've morphed over a few years and we've morphed over time, and now we're a place that, by structure, gives kids the opportunity to plan and engage with their learning in a very different manner.
Thomas Haney Secondary is a unique school because we work on a different system. We work on a 5-day class system where we have one set class a week for each class. So we have a lot of open blocks, we call them. So I'm not in a class per se that block, but I'm in an area where a teacher can help me with that.
These open blocks are often spent here, in one of the school's great halls.
So right now we're sitting in the English Great Hall. How do you feel about the Great Halls in general?
They're pretty cool. It's a unique aspect of our school. So when I'm not in my classroom or in a classroom teaching a set block, I'm in a large work area like this where I get to work with not only my own students, but students from other people's classes. And it also affords me that one-on-one time where I can really sit down and, spend a lot of time with a kid on their presentation or editing their work as it's in progress. So it's a pretty neat opportunity.
It's really helpful because when you're in class, especially in math class, and you've got 30 students who don't understand something and one teacher, it's very hard for them to get around to talk to you. You can just go out into the Great Hall and ask one of the teachers there. It's almost like having a tutor off to the side.
Well, being able to work in a great hall, I find that helps because oftentimes teachers who don't have classes in that block will come to the great halls and just check on everyone and see how they're doing. Oftentimes you can find your own teacher there and ask him questions if you have any concerns or questions about the course that you're in.
The layout of the school and the great halls get to the heart of the self-directed system. Students decide where they want to go and what they want to work on, making key choices for themselves.
I think it prepares you for university because in university you have classes and then you don't have class. So at that time when you don't have class, you're going to have to do your work. Like you can't just slack off the entire time. I have class in the morning one block and I have class last block. And in between that time I have to learn to do my homework, and if I don't, then I just fall behind.
Students really see how the real world would be because your success isn't handed to you in a learning guide package or worksheets. It's kind of what you make it out to be. So they understand the principle of taking responsibility for their own actions to have success.
How can the system help someone who maybe struggles more at school?
Well, there are different programs that we have at the school that could help someone who has difficulties in school. One is a good example is peer tutoring. So students who are ahead can sign up to help those who are struggling in certain subjects and sort of just help them along as they go.
Even for a younger grade, for example, a grade 8 student going to a grade 11 student for math help as opposed to seeing the teacher, it builds their social skills as well as their confidence to go out into the real world and talk to adults and really find what they need.
How do you stay on track?
Just stay planned and coordinated. You're given a planner at the beginning of the year that you can use to plan out your day, plan out your week, your month. And I find that is crucial to staying on track and staying where you need to be.
I stay on track by keeping in constant contact with my teachers and having communication between them. That's the most important part. If you have communication, they tell you what you still need to do and they help you out. Let's say I'm behind in French, like I am. I'm good in math, so let's say I'll take a week off math to get caught up in French. So it gives you that leeway to work on a subject where you're behind in, to take time away from a subject you're actually really good at.
How do you think that high school is working out for you with the self-directed learning model?
It's working out very well. I can get ahead at my own pace, and it's really fun to do.
Sometimes in elementary school I was supposed to be ahead, but I was getting held back from my other students around me. But at this school I could work at my own individual pace and go as I need to.
Thank you to everyone at Thomas Haney for explaining to us how they seek challenge and experience success. I am Marla Evans signing off for Gen Y. Thanks for watching.
That's really cool. I think such a school would work very well for students. Now stay tuned because after the break, we will be bringing you our On the Road video. Gen Y will be right back.
Dear Children's Wish Foundation of Canada, thank you for sending me Rory the Lion. That means I'm going to get my wish, and that makes me really, really happy. Yesterday he was sad, but I told him it's okay, Rory, only 2 more needles until my wish. I will send you pictures from the top of the Rocky Mountains. Love, Emily.
Imagine the difference a wish can make. Click on childrenswish.ca and give today.
Today's generation of young people spend the least amount of time outside of any generation in human history. We need to have children out, we need to have people out in order to see the world around that allows us to live. I think something like the Sea to Sky Trail is the epitome of what we need to get people back out into the real world, to see nature as it can be, and something that we are a part of and that we must fight to protect.
Welcome back to Gen Y. In many high schools, students are producing excellent videos that we would like to highlight on our show. Today, we bring you a video from Trevor Jones and Will Kirk from Elgin Park Secondary School in Surrey.
Nikki, right on time.
On time for what? Where am I?
Follow me.
What exactly are we doing here?
Yeah, you're probably pretty confused. I found this. Don't know if it means anything to you, but
All it says is I can't.
Who are you writing to?
Just a boy.
Oh, is he cute?
Well, I haven't actually met him yet.
Wait, what?
More or less pen pals. But we're gonna meet up on Friday to see if we're as compatible in real life as we are over messages.
What's his name?
Vincent. What day is it?
Saturday morning to be exact.
I was gonna meet Vincent.
Was that your boyfriend?
I don't know. More of a pen pal, really.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I can't even remember if I met him. This whole situation is just totally... Hello?
I'm up here. Found another one.
Excuse me. Are you... Vincent? I'm sorry, but it's getting late. I gotta go. Can I meet you another time? Just wasn't quite what I expected.
Did you mean it though?
Mean what?
Were you going to meet up with him again?
No.
Probably broke the poor guy's heart.
He'll be fine. Right? Hello? What do you want me to do? Oh my God. Hey, I got your text.
Hi. It's right here.
Dead. Where am I?
It was once my house, but when one door opens, another closes. I'm in heaven, and you're in hell.
That was awesome. I can really see why they won awards at the Zoom Film Festival. If you would like to send a video to Gen Y to be on our On the Road segment, please contact us at the email address below. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Gen Y. And of course, we welcome your feedback, so please feel free to give us your story ideas or check out our past shows on our YouTube channel. From Gastown, this is Ben signing out for Gen Y.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options Community Services.
Our first story is about and today we will be bringing you a series of stories. And after the break, And after the break, that was awesome. I can really see why. We welcome your feedback. You can contact us. Please contact us at the email address below.